Welcome to the Josh and Blake Late Night Show.
With your hosts, Josh and Blake. Hey,
Hello.
welcome back.
Welcome back.
It's been, it took 1.5 years for Blake and I to become friends again, and here we are on the podcast. We sorted our shit.
Yep. And now we're here.
It was a good spring break.
It was a long spring break.
How was it for you?
Great. Springy. Look, yeah. I'm glad we're back.
Yeah, we've changed as people. We've kind of gone through a lot.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And I think...
I'm really into music festivals now. Like, specifically, I just love the fashion from them. Like, that's kind of become my thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was hoping we could just talk about, like, new music lineups to music festivals, possibly. Just talk about, I don't know, what's in popular culture today? It's just things like that.
I don't know, but I've really been getting into music festivals, but specifically the fashion.
Oh, fuck off. Okay, cool. So,
Hello.
we're actually going to have a new outlook this time. So, I don't know, what did we do last time?
I don't know. It's been a while.
I don't even remember.
Yeah, like you took a long break, and like for a while it was just like we just had other things happening and doing, and we just weren't recording.
Yeah.
And now we are.
Yeah. Lots of fights.
Lots of
so
fights.
many fights.
People got stabbed.
Yeah.
No, not really. There's no stabbing.
I wish.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. No. I've never wanted to stab someone.
I've
Actually,
never wanted
no.
to stab
The
someone.
times that I've wanted to stab people in my life is when, when I'm, let's call it intoxicated, when I'm under the influence, and you have like random thoughts go through your head, like you have that in general life as well. Like, you know, it's like when you're walking across the street and there's a car, it's like, what if that car hit me, lol? And but like, you know, when you're under the influence when you're high on marijuana, you
Oh boy,
can sometimes,
we did grow up, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. School changed us, man.
Yeah. I'm not in high school anymore. Actually,
Yeah,
that's a big thing.
That's been changed. Yeah, you actually started uni.
Yep.
I'm
Still there.
Yeah. How's engineering been?
Great. I built a bridge.
What type of bridge?
It was like
We don't need to
it was
go
a
into
cultural bridge.
Fuck
It
off.
like bridged the gap between
Past and present.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'm studying theatre still.
Yeah. Same actually. Weirdly enough.
Almost done.
Yeah, I graduate. We're gonna have to do another graduation episode. There's a lot of things we'll
are.
have to do. Look, our goal. Let's set some goals. So there's look. The thing that I like is that there's no purpose to this podcast, and there never has been. I always said if we don't get 10 listeners, that's when we stop, and we just stopped anyway.
Yeah.
But like, as long as we can maintain 10 listeners, I think that there is a reason to do it, because there doesn't need to be a reason at all. Is my point.
Yeah.
But I do think that maybe a fun purpose. Let's get us on the radio.
Yeah, I reckon.
Let's get us on the radio. I would like to be on the radio.
Yeah. Let's look. We'd love. We talked about it right from the start that it'd be fun to get on like a community radio.
Yeah.
Imagine if Josh and Blake Late Night Show.
102.7?
Yeah.
I've heard that's free.
Yeah, we're just calling them out now.
Yeah.
We're just like really
Well, no,
talking it towards it.
I know there's a lot of competition on that radio, but for me, I just think like I'm willing to give it a shot.
Yeah.
And if we get it, we get it. And trust me, we can do more than just this. We can do more than just talk.
Yeah, I could introduce a song.
Yeah.
Alright.
You could just
That was Young, Dumb and Broke by Khalid. Next up is Josh's favourite song, Young, Dumb and Broke by Khalid. And we'd just do a show, and it's called the Young, Dumb and Broke Show.
Could you sing the first little bit of Young, Dumb and Broke, and I'll
Yeah.
feature as Kanye.
Okay, as Kanye.
Yeah, I'll feature as Kanye West.
I don't know the first
So
bit.
it's like, you're still
Can
thinking
I
of
be like I didn't know you should.
That was my joke. That's me featuring as Kanye West.
Imagine that. Like, imagine the experience of listening to that, but it was live and on the radio. That's what we want.
Yeah. I can do more. Just test me.
Okay. Alright, I'll sing the start of All Star by Smash Mouth, and you feature as...
I like how you put the emphasis on mouth.
Yeah. And you feature as, I don't know, Kanye.
Okay, yeah. That's a new one.
Yep. Somebody once told me the world was gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. She was looking kinda dumb with a finger and a thumb in the shape of an L on her forehead. Well, the years start coming and they don't stop coming. Fed to the rules and they hit the ground running. Didn't make sense not to live for fun. The brain gets smart, but the head gets dumb.
Sorry, who do you want me to fix?
Okay, look. So the last little bit of that, I just made the most intense eye contact with Josh.
He gave me the help me eyes.
Yeah, I was willing him to see this, but on the radio.
Yeah, there's something about radio. It's a I don't know, like as we all know, it's a very modern form of it's a very modern form. I don't know, it's like the newspaper. People read it a lot. It's still relevant. That's why we want to be on there.
Yeah, I'd say like the most important thing for young influencers like ourselves is to get
Oh, don't
on.
do that.
Just had to call out the joke just in case people didn't think that we
Yeah.
were being serious. Yeah, look, I think the radio is like the next step in our media evolution.
Because I wouldn't want to do something like, I don't know. Standard Netflix is so old, and so is like I don't know, Spotify and podcasts like that.
Actually, here's a thing that we should talk about, because I feel like there's things that we should go through, because we just got straight into like our usual kind of banter.
It's like we never stopped.
Yeah, it's like we never stopped, but we did. But we should go through a few things.
Yeah.
First of all, there's a high chance that if you're listening to this on SoundCloud, you won't be able to for much longer.
Why is that?
Because SoundCloud subscriptions cost a fair bit of dosh, and
How much?
a solid $145 a year.
$145. Jeez.
Yeah, that's like 14 and a half coffees.
Oh, wait, I want the audience to understand. So, like, just so you, like, fully, I don't know, feel the gravity of this. That means that, for the last 2 years, for us to get the podcast, that podcast, like the podcast that you all remember if you did listen to any of it. Right?
Oh, this is season 2.
This
Welcome
is
to season
welcome
2.
To season 2. I'm glad to be back.
Season 2 is a nice thing.
Yeah, we didn't get cancelled.
Should I redesign? I should make a new.
Yeah, and we should do
Image.
it like
Yeah.
instead of a meme.
Yep.
But the meme was fun. But yeah, so just so you all understand, $290, so nearly $300 has been spent for that podcast
Yep. All
to reach you.
14 official episodes and 7-ish bonus episodes with Gabe.
Yeah. That's not me trying to say like
Oh.
appreciate the $300. That's me saying $300 has been spent on that podcast. Like,
And we are students.
yeah, that's pretty silly.
But the funny thing is, it's not that funny, but the last year of the subscription, I don't think we posted anything.
No, we didn't. I just thought.
So, really, it's been $145 of season 1, and then the experience that you guys had of being like, oh, when are they coming out again? I miss TWOBLNS. Like, this is a...
I can think
like,
of one audience member who
the-
felt that.
Yes, me too. Hello to you. Much love. Thank you. You're probably the reason we're back.
Yeah.
But we gave you this additional kind of meta experience of like wanting the podcast back, and we paid for that. Like, we paid for you to have that experience. That whole year of silence was actually an artistic choice.
In another news, Blake has a beard now.
I have a beard now. I was actually going to shave it off tonight.
Was that one of the important things to get to?
Yeah, it probably
Are you going
was.
to shave it off?
I was thinking of it.
Oh, it's really
It's
interesting.
been on my face for a little while now.
Well, I've like with the recent fashion trends at places like Splendor and FOMO, I would say that's, it's a decent move. Depends what you kind of want.
To shave it off?
Yeah, well, I don't know. Just like in terms of like fashion, pop culture,
Splendor.
I think clean shaven's always good.
Yeah.
No, I think clean shaven for Blake specifically is really good. He has a pretty boy aesthetic.
Yeah, and the beard is not like, it's just got bits everywhere. It grows on one specific part of my chin. It's just not nice. But I grew it to like prove it to myself.
That you could grow one.
Yeah, and now I've proved it, and I think there's this irrational fear that it'll never come back. But I know that
It'll just come back better.
It'll just come back better.
That's the weird thing.
TWOBLNS.
It'll just come back better.
Just come back better.
Yeah.
Longer.
Well, see, the thing
bolder.
is, this may not be any better than it was 2 years ago or a year ago, and
a high
it
chance.
actually might be worse.
It might be
worse. But the thing is if we just put in effort in the right places, we could actually get it. To do more.
Yeah. What do we want from season 2? We want.
Blake and I had chats last while back, and it was about whether we should do it to like. So we had an idea of like, we'll interview artists, we'll get them on, and we'll talk to them about their practice and things like that. Because that's the community we're in, is the arts community. So, and the thing about the arts community that's fun is they tend to only talk to each other. They're a bunch of no, but like, so here's the thing.
Should I write the time code down this time?
Yeah, maybe. No, I had the thought in response to that recently, which was that I don't think we should just interview artists. We should just interview people. And people with interesting stories or things like that. Don't like apply. We'll pick people we like. So fuck off. But all different types of areas. We've got friends in aviation. We've got friends in education. That's about it.
We have 2 friends from the outside. The rest are from this little bubble.
Yeah. Oh, sorry to all my other friends. No, there's no other people who are listening. But to any other friends that were my friend and then I just suddenly stopped talking to you or whatever, it's not because I don't like you. It's because
university.
It's like a what would you call it?
A bear trap?
Yeah, it's like a bear trap. I've been squealing for 3 years. You just haven't been able to hear me.
Yeah. If a training actor squeals in a forest, did the tree fall
Did you say tranny actor?
No, I said training.
Okay, but, good. Just be really clear on that articulation.
Look, I should have done a warm up, shouldn't I? I know how to do vocal warm ups now.
Yeah.
Look, I've evolved.
What have you learned in the last? Actually, I'm keen to hear about that.
So I've learnt. Unironically, I've learnt a lot.
Yeah, genuinely, what has been the biggest impacts or things that have happened for you?
I mean, the shows have been good. So yeah, been part of shows within uni, acting and stuff. That's been great. There's been some shit times and some great times. The people I'm around are fantastic. It's great to be studying with people that I really like. But yeah, like honestly, a bit of cross promotional. Since the podcast ended, our other project, the Boyo Shindig, blew up.
Yep.
A little like
blew
heaps
up.
more.
It's like honestly,
blew up is, you're gonna make fun of me for saying blow up, but
I was just gonna say because it's important to talk about. We did, unfortunately, no, I can't. I'm sorry. I was gonna take it in a direction you thought it wasn't going. I was gonna say we had an unfortunate attack last week on our headquarters.
Oh, did we?
It blew up.
It blew up. Actually, no, the Boyo Shindig is just an inflatable sculpture, and it blew up. That's all I wanted. I just wanted that little snort from Josh. So we're working on our other project.
Yeah, the Boyo Shindig.
Since then we did our web series, and
honestly, it's really blown up.
Content. Look, I shouldn't have said blown up. Go check us out on YouTube.
Because we did our show, so that's probably the biggest thing that's happened. We did our show called the Boyo Shindig Blow Up. It was on Netflix and Stan for I think it circulated for 3 weeks until they took it down for offensive content. But look, I don't understand what we did wrong. We only said like racial slurs like 3 times.
Oh god. Okay, so what else do we want from this season 2?
Mm.
We're already halfway through what should be like a decent length of an episode.
Yeah.
What we want from season 2? I probably want to either half hour or 45 minutes episodes, like strictly either of those.
There is an episode that never got released.
Yes.
That will
that
probably
horrid,
release later
that
on.
horrid who edited it.
Yeah,
Was just...
time code.
Yeah, it's almost as if part of the reason it stopped is because the person whose job it was to edit them was just really shit at his job.
Yeah, I like that you brought that up, so I didn't have to.
Yeah, it was me.
I wasn't gonna bring it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Essentially, there's an episode that I did a turnaround on in 3 days. I edited it in 3 days and did more than just like edit the episode. I broke it down into individual like best parts and things like that. So it would be like consumable from the audience. I thought there was a lot of funny content in there. It was pretty good. I enjoyed it. And we had one of our best friends on there. And
I'm so sorry, Sam.
yeah, Sam. And that episode, I sent it to Blake. He was like, yeah, I'll have a listen. And then for 3 months he didn't listen. So it couldn't get posted. And then he finally got around to listening to it. He listened to the first 10 minutes. And he was like, oh, this is pretty boring, man.
Look, I would like if in the future there's like, actually fuck it, no. If we looked at a timeline of the TWOBLNS, that's probably the moment that I pushed it into some sort of eternal abyss that it's just been fished out from.
Yeah.
But
I mean, like, there's so much
me.
other stuff that happened around that. Like, the thing was, you have to understand, there was so much personal turmoil.
Yeah, the thing you have to understand is that, like, the podcast showed a certain side of us.
Yeah.
And
I feel like I'm the Captain America of
Yeah.
the team, though. Like, you know,
And what am I?
you're like the Tony Stark.
Oh, I was thinking like more of like the
Oh, well, Tony Stark's probably
yeah,
different.
probably much more efficient than me.
Well, I was just like, because I watched this video about what type of attachment theory relationship type you are. It was
Okay.
like referencing it to popular culture figures and things like that.
Can you can you explain attachment
So-
theory relationship for me and the audience?
Yeah, attachment theory relationship. The video was boiling it down, so they talked about how there's essentially 4 different types of attachment that you can kind of have in relationships, where you may fall down, or like what type you probably are. The first one is what was it? No,
This is
it's
great.
Someone who
Welcome to the School of Life, Josh and Blake Late Night Show edition.
Yeah. No, it's someone who distances people. So, I think... I don't know what the fucking name for it was. I should just get the video up.
Yeah.
The second one was people who are anxious in relationships. The third one was people who are fearful. And the fourth one... No, the first one was avoidant, right? Yeah. And the fourth one was secure. And the way they described it was like, the first one is like Tony Stark. So he's avoidant. He often like avoids eye contact, and like he often avoids I don't know, close personal contact with people and like emotional connection. And the second one was when you're anxious. So it's like Anakin from Star Wars, and he like often gets anxious because he's away from the person. He thinks the person wouldn't love him and gets jealous, and then like has to like choke her to death. And then the
classic move.
Sorry, I had to move the microphone
No,
a bit.
that's right.
The third one, it's getting further and further away from me. 1 second.
Yeah, it's the microphone is blue tacked to the top of my desk, and we are sitting on the floor.
Yeah. It's not ideal.
And it's just slowly rotating itself away from Josh and towards me.
Yeah. Anyway, so the third one is
what? Hello.
Oh, no one's here. No one's here. Thank you.
What? And now we have cheesecake.
Oh, cool.
Oh.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mum.
Thanks so much.
I live with my parents.
Yeah,
Still?
Blake still lives with his parents. How old are you, Blake?
I am 19, Josh. How old are you?
Yeah, I just turned 30 this year, so it's been good.
You really Race ahead of me. That was a real tortoise in the hare moment, wasn't it?
Those 2 years were the best 30 years of my life.
Oh, this is good cheesecake.
Oh.
Thanks, Josh. Josh brought over the cheesecake. Oh, this is going to be loud.
We had nachos for dinner, so I brought over the cheesecake. This is how Blake and I are fostering a friendship again.
Yeah.
I come over and I watch Seinfeld.
We watch Seinfeld.
With Blake.
We have a dinner with my family. We have a dessert that Josh broke.
Broke.
You broke it.
Breaking and entering.
Brought. And then apparently now we do a podcast on top of that. So listen to that. It's almost like therapy. Okay, what else do we want from season 2?
Oh, sorry. So, and the last one is secure.
That. Yeah.
No, fearful is number 3. That's the third type of relationship type that you can fall into.
Yeah.
And that's where, if you've had like childhood trauma or things like that, it makes you very like fearful, and you use defense mechanisms, and you lash out in fear before you can get too close to someone, because that means ultimate pain. That's like Good Will Hunting.
I watched Bridge to Terabithia when I was 7, and that was a lot. So do you think I'm in that category?
No, they have a special 5th category
for people who watch Bridge to Terabithia when
Yeah.
I was 7.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, like, comment, and subscribe if you also watched Bridge to Terabithia when you were 7, and it fucked you up. You ever see that movie?
No, I never watched it.
Oh my god.
I should watch it.
Wait, we should do that.
Sometime, yeah.
Yeah,
We gotta watch Boyhood first.
We do. Another thing.
This is like therapy. I just need you guys to understand.
Like, we're on my bedroom floor eating cheesecake and talking to ourselves. This is good.
It's like couples counseling.
But on the internet.
It's so we can share our journey of self-discovery and
Yeah,
self-growth.
we're changing the name from the Josh and Blake Late Night Show to the Josh and Blake Are Friends Again, Please Help Us show.
That's not gonna roll.
No. Just get those
want-
on t-shirts.
I don't even remember it.
I immediately forgot.
So, and the last one is secure.
This thing.
The secure type.
Yeah.
And that's Captain America. Essentially someone
you're
who
Captain
can
America.
go into things and like essentially is like okay with the knowledge that they might get hurt by going into love, or they might get hurt going into deep connections and relationships, but they know within themselves that they're strong enough to be able to deal with whatever heartbreak may come. So it's worth it in the end. So yeah, those are the 4 types.
That last bit got a little bit deep.
Yeah.
And why were you saying those things?
I was saying I was Captain America because I'm better than you.
So that's the end of the podcast.
No.
I'm kidding. Don't turn off. We still have another at least 6 minutes, unless we kick it over to the 45-minute.
But yeah, so I edited that podcast. It never happened. It will happen. It will be released out of respect for Avicii. Because Avicii died in the week that we recorded that podcast.
Are you for real?
And we talked about it. And I remember
Was it
3
that long
months
ago?
later, I was like, wow, if we posted this, it wouldn't be relevant.
Yeah.
Because part of what we talked about was Avicii. Because Avicii was one of Sam Watson's favourite artists. And I also like Avicii. I think Levels is a good song.
I can't remember how
just
Levels
farted.
goes.
That's pretty shocking.
That's right. I didn't hear it. Neither did the mic. But we all know now. This is such a good cheesecake.
Oh, really good.
Like, you guys wish you were here with this cheesecake.
Probably number 1 rule in recording podcasts
Is to eat.
is to not eat while you're fucking doing it. Anyway. What are some things that happened recently in the week, in the year? Biggest things that have happened. Go.
Fuck. Yeah. Ooh. I don't know.
What's your opinion on climate change stuff? That's big.
Yep.
What's your opinion on that?
It's
not
a
real.
thing.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay.
Anyway, moving on.
Trump. What's your opinion on that? Opinion.
In the space of like a year.
The fuck did I put my water bottle? Okay, I'm just gonna be thirst driven. Oh, thank you. See, friendship. He just offered me water.
In the space of like a year and a half. Hold up, gotta move the microphone back. God, this is ideal. So, in the space of like a year and a half, I've gone a lot more politically right wing and then come back again. It's like I didn't go politically right wing, but the thing is, I started listening to people like Jordan Peterson a lot more, and I really, really respected his opinion, and still do. I think he's really good, even though a lot of our arts community hate him. But then I think it's that classic thing of it's the same as when I was in year 9, and I became a really angry atheist for a while. For me, just recently, it's like I became really angry at how stupid the left wing is. I was like, they're so fucking look at, oh god, they're just annoying. And now I've come around to a position of just not giving a shit. It's like there's a lot of annoying people in the left wing. I'm not one of them, and neither are my friends. I guess that's it.
Yeah, and I think throughout, as long as I've known you, I think as long as we've known each other, we've both had like moments of like swinging fairly hard into ideologies and then swinging back and being like,
this is the longest we've known each other too.
This is the longest we've known.
You guys happen to be part of this episode that Blake and I have officially known each other for the longest time that we've ever known each other.
Yeah, right now is the I don't know. I could figure that out right now. How many days that was? Actually, that'd take a long time. Start of 2016. So we're looking at a 3.5 year long friendship here.
Yeah. Well, okay, like 2 year and a half, and then like a gap.
There's this cabin. There's a cabin? Yeah.
Nah, we were friends. The thing is we were friends. We're just not like good friends to each other.
Yeah.
As in like we were still best friends, but we were not good to each other.
Yeah. It was.
And that still classifies.
Yeah. It just wasn't like
nice
or like a highlight of our lives.
Yeah, probably not.
It's just something that we'll look back on and be like,
remember that time?
Yeah. And that podcast solved it all.
I think like the next 4 years will be spent just unpacking random moments from that year. And it's like, remember that time you did this? It's like, no. Oh. It's like, it's like, it's like, that was pretty shit. It's like, yeah. Whoops. Sorry.
And now we're here. So, season 2, it's happening.
What are some big things that have happened for you? That you didn't answer that.
Oh, big things that happened for me. Oh, I mean, I just think uni. Like, it's like, it's hard to underestimate how all-encompassing, like, a theatre degree is. And that's like, I don't know. If you're not in a theatre degree, it probably sounds wanky that we're talking about, but it's
for a bit of context, our hours are literally, generally, we have about 40 contact hours a week.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. It's like,
we don't have time for jobs unless it's just purely weekend work, which doesn't exist.
When uni is at its most intense, which lasts for about, a fair while.
Yeah.
It generally is 9 to 6. And like 9 to 6 for 5 days a week. And the thing about it is often you'll be doing projects outside of uni because you want to set yourself up for a career afterwards, because university arts degrees are really good at not getting you a job, while every other degree tends to do that. So you need to work like double hard to try and actually set yourself up so you can, have work to do once you leave uni. So you're actually generally working like 40 to 50 hours a week, and people are like, but you love it. And it's like, but I also love my family. Wish I could see them.
And that's the thing, is what we're actually doing is like working in a similar, like we're putting effort out and working in a certain way that some careers look like. Like we, even when it comes to holidays and stuff, conventionally unis have breaks, but us and, Sam and Gabe, we didn't have our mid-semester break because we had our show instead. And that's things that you sacrifice, but and that's the thing.
Saying that,
it pays off, and it's not. I'm not here complaining. It's been some of the best times of my life.
I'm here complaining. Fuck it.
Yeah, and look, there's a lot of hours, but
I'm kidding.
The question being, what have I done since the podcast? Just a lot of uni, and honestly, time freaking flies. It's insane how quickly things have sped up since I got out of high school.
Yeah. Is this the fastest it's ever gone?
I think so. Like, time is just like ridiculous at the moment. I just can't keep up. But it's great.
Yeah.
What about yourself?
Big
things.
Yeah, like honestly, I feel
I found
really...
a water bottle.
Oh fuck yeah!
Thank
I feel really positively at the moment in like about a lot of things in a lot of ways because it's that thing that you're always going to go into some weird kind of low places, and when you're going towards them, you never actually realize or think that you are.
Yeah.
And you can't even believe that you would because you feel like you're on top of everything. But once you make proper moves towards bettering things for yourself, and it's not even like in a self-improvement way, it's like it can even sometimes just be like, well fuck, I haven't been the kind of person that I want to be. Like I haven't been a nice guy, or I haven't been treating people as respectfully as I would have wanted to, or I haven't been having fun. I haven't actually been giving myself time to have fun. And when you realize the kind of things, and then you can start moving towards, I don't know, better stuff, I think it's really good. And you have to go through those experiences to learn them, I suppose. And it's just going to be a constant. But for me, recently, I'll just talk about recently because I don't really know. Like the last few years, been really big. I've learned how to write. I've learned what I'm good at. I've learned how to act. That's been fucking cool. But recently started doing gym. I love gym. Gym is fucking awesome. I would recommend it to anyone because I spend like an hour and a half there, and it doesn't even feel like that time has even happened, and it's amazing, and I feel so like good afterwards.
I've never set foot in a gym.
Yeah, you should. It's really good, and it's cheap as well if you go to the right gym and you're a uni student. I'm so sad that my uni student privileges are going to run out, like cheap tickets.
Tickets
in 2022 because I'm going to get my updated ID. But also, yeah, so I moved out into a proper house. That's something that happened.
That's right. That's new.
And the house is way better than the unit we're in, so we're never going to be doing it from the unit anymore. Because, like the podcast, that is, because not doing it like
doing it like just steamy.
Like, doing it
podcasts.
But yeah, like the unit was such a small space. I lived there with my girlfriend Ash, and it was like it's meant for one person. It's like the size of a college room, and it's a fucking like it's this concrete unit. There's no like ventilation really. Like there's just windows that people are outside smoking, so it like kind of comes in and shit like that. So it's like it's very dense. And I didn't even realize it till once I'd moved out just how not ideal it was. And you kind of just take space for granted. So yeah, that was a thing. I don't know. We did a live professional 1 hour show. This is also, this is unlike me to talk seriously about my life. It's a new change for me. It's one of those things that I've been doing.
Yeah, that's what I've been up to, is talking seriously about my life.
Yeah. No, because often I am, I'm quite an ironic person. So I'll say things and I won't mean them.
That whole last 5 minutes, it was a bit. Josh works at Foodworks.
Yeah.
He lives
also,
in Brisbane.
I've been having a lot of anal sex. Like of the anal though.
Of? You mean you receive?
like of the anal. I don't know how to explain
say that again,
It's an
and then it'll
experience.
make more sense.
It's an experience.
No. Good. Yeah, look, it's been a crazy year and a half. It's like, and it's generally that thing. I was thinking about it just when you were talking about your shit and I was talking about mine.
Yeah.
But it's like that thing of, I think, like, we were much, like, it probably doesn't sound like we've changed much, and honestly, we probably haven't, and we're going to look back in this. Yeah, maybe. And then we're going to look back in this in 30 years and be like, oh, wow, like, we thought we changed, but really, like, the change was to come when Sharon got pregnant. Yeah, and Sharon died.
To Sharon, I'm sorry about your death.
Oi. If I
We've broken into the...
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Wait, if I meet someone called Sharon...
Don't break an enter.
In the next few years, I'm just going to be like, it's not worth it. The podcast that prophesies.
Boy, that's shocking. 2 males on here, and we're talking. That's the only female representation we've got.
Shocking. Actually, that's the other thing. All right, here we go.
Don't break it into females.
Let me, Josh. Let me say that. What was I saying? Oh, I had a few points to make. One of them was that it feels as though we're young men, growing and living and trying to figure ourselves out, and we clash because of it, and then now we're just kind of like trying our best to sort it out.
Yeah, and I think it's that thing of my advice or one piece of thing that I've learned, like wholeheartedly, is that if you decide to go into business or work with your friends, then make sure that you still give time to the friendship.
Yeah.
And don't just exist in the work relationship, because Jesus, you just have to you have to actually put time towards it, because you'll think but literally my fucking 9 to 5 is with them, or I'm spending so much time around them, so my weekend is going to be spent doing this. No, you need to make time for friendship. Yeah, and
that's a big thing to have learned. But yeah, now that we've reflected on...
move it back up.
Josh is going to play with the mic for a bit. We're good. Now that we've reflected on ourselves...
How about you guys?
Yeah, you tell us. This is the moment where you get to speak.
Drop it in the comments.
Yeah. Oh no, just say it out loud right now. That's great.
Sorry, I came in a bit late. I'm sorry.
It's alright. Oh, Jesus, look at a peak.
Yeah, sorry, that was me featuring as Kanye.
Yeah. Oh.
For anyone who didn't get that, Blake.
Oh, me. Yeah. I got it now.
Because I can't.
Yeah, it was good. See, you're going to get some great content on this.
You needed to stay the entire time, otherwise you wouldn't have gotten that joke.
Yeah. Season 2. Alright, here's what I want. I want guests. But I want at least one of them to identify as a woman.
That's a good start.
Yeah,
we're making changes.
I have a concept for a special, occasional. You know what I'm talking about.
We're moving on in season 3 to having at least an Indigenous person.
Yeah,
at least.
What I was saying was that
trying to get word representation and diversity.
What I was saying,
it's shocking here,
that I had an idea for maybe a monthly special episode where
the monthly identify as a woman episode.
Look, here's the thing. Do you actually know what I'm talking about?
No, I have no clue. Sorry.
Okay. I don't know whether I should say it now.
This is my
if I say it now,
chaotic energy.
Yeah,
go.
It's great. It always comes out. It's the best thing, because usually I'm more chaotic, and Josh is the measured one, and then we get on the pod, and it's the other way around.
Yeah, it's where I get back.
Yeah. And I'm here I deserve all of this. No, what was I saying? Oh shit. Alright, should I say out loud what the plan is? Or just in case it doesn't actually happen? Because we've done this a few times. Go on. Have a listen.
Go back right now.
To the old episode. Yeah, we'll wait. Righto. Now, yeah.
We'll wait. Have you done it yet?
I think that's enough time. Yeah, so you would have heard us say things...
10 seconds.
Yeah. You would have heard us say things like, we're going to make this bigger and better. We're going to make this... a story, a web pod.
We were on
series.
purpose, so what we were doing is we were leading you on.
Yeah.
We were being a classic teenage.
You can call us
man or woman. Actually, both do it. We were getting your feelings caught up.
Yeah.
And
so
then
we're like podcast fuckboys.
Yeah.
Yeah. We promise you things, and then we're only in it for the sex.
Yeah. We make you feel like.
Oh. I've got to cut that.
No, you can keep that bit.
No,
because no one will know the reference.
Oh, I'm playing music there.
Well, it's not an accurate representation of you.
Whoa! You just let's stop this bit.
That's why I referenced it, because it's making fun of.
Okay, keep digging that hole.
Okay, sorry. This is like gay. all over again.
Oh, God. Wait, every time, I think I remember the feeling of being like, every time we did a podcast, I was like, oh, I'm not going to have to edit much. And then something happens, I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, that's another half hour.
This is why, you know?
Yeah.
This is why it took so long.
Yeah, I reckon we go to 45 minutes, and it's at 41.
What were you saying? The monthly special? Do it.
Yeah, so an idea of mine was that we do something called the Josh and Blake late night monthly double feature.
Oh, well, we watch a movie.
Yeah, and we'd choose a movie for each other. We'd have some sort of loose theme, and then we'd choose a movie and tie the other one to a chair and make them watch it. And then we talk about it, and we just talk about both of them and what our experience was watching them back to back, and whether or not that's like a
also be like possibly like a TV show or an episode of a TV show.
Yeah, that's not the that's
like
not a bad
I mean
idea.
it's good to have movies, but
Yeah.
can it like or it's like listen to this album, or like can it be multiple different pieces of art, or does it have to be a movie?
Well, the thing
We'll
is, I was
start out with
thinking
just movies,
if
and
it starts as movies, we could even just put what we could do is film us watching it, and then put the recording of the podcast over the top.
No,
and then
I
have
don't
it
like
as
to
like
talk
a-
in movies.
No, we don't talk in the movie. We sit and watch it, and we film us watching it, and then the audio of the video that I upload to YouTube is the podcast. And while you're listening to the podcast, you're watching us watch the movie.
So there's something to watch.
So there's something you watch. So it's a little bit more of a multimedia experience.
Okay. What if what we got people to watch was us playing the original video game of tennis?
Pong?
Yeah. Where?
So we played Pong,
Yeah, it's
and
not
then
the
we
movie
put
at
the
all.
podcast on underneath that.
Yeah, it's just rounds of Pong.
Yeah. Well, look, we'll keep you updated on that, because I doubt that's something that, look.
Because that's what I would, like, the thing is I would
Out of 10,
want to, like, get...
How much would you want to do that idea that I just said?
7.
That's
Pretty
higher
high
than
for
5.
me. That's pretty high for me. Sorry, I just moved the microphone again. Fuck, it's literally rotated.
It's
God,
just
next week it'll be better.
Hang on, let me just... There you go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, next week it will be better. This was like, oh my god, let's do a podcast, and we stuck a microphone to the bottom of my desk. So
Yeah. Imagine if this got lost. Like, the audio recording.
oh,
I'd be depressed.
Yeah, we just wouldn't do it.
Never happen again.
That'd be us. That'd be like, oh, it's cosmic.
This is us. But yeah. What was it? Yeah, because there's episodes of things that I would want you to watch, specifically Game of Thrones, or
Oh, yeah.
the IT Crowd,
Oh,
or
yeah.
I'd want you to, like, for example, what do you think of the third game in the 1985 Origin series?
Yeah, that's not about. Wait, I don't mind that at all.
Yeah.
I think the idea of like them being features is like, because the double feature is, I think, an art, like, because I'm just a heap. This is the thing. The double feature would be an interesting experience, because when it comes to movies, I'm a wanker, and you're not. And I watch some real proper shit sometimes.
Yeah. So Blake will have the stuff that's, like, really niche.
Yeah.
And then I'll have the stuff that people might actually have heard of.
Yeah. And then we'll just double them back to back. And then, because I, in my wankerness, haven't watched a lot of actually really just genuinely popular films.
Yeah, like the first movie that I would want to suggest, it's a really popular film, would be The Life Aquatic by Steve Zissou.
Oh. The joke is that that's my favourite film of all time.
And no one's heard of it.
And Josh hasn't seen it. So that was actually going to be the first movie that I suggested.
Yeah, no.
What's your favourite
it
film?
would be Forrest Gump.
Well, you know, we can have...
At
actually,
the moment.
that's
At
a
the
nice
moment,
back-to-back.
Forrest Gump is genuinely my favourite
Well,
movie.
yeah, here's the thing. We do our first theme, we
No,
do
I've
favourite
recently
movies.
watched Forrest Gump.
Okay.
Boyhood is my favourite movie, and we need to watch Boyhood.
Well,
so
there you
that-
go. I reckon that's a potential. I want to do that. But that's just an idea in the pipeline.
Boyhood's a 3-hour film, so we'll have a 6-hour podcast on it, so we can get your 3 hours of
Wait,
thought
wait,
and my 3
we're
hours
not
of
going to
thought.
talk for... It's going to be an hour. Oh, shit. That was loud.
That was my bad.
It'll be an hour. It won't go over time like this podcast currently is.
I was thinking, 3 hours or so. We should end this. We should stop this.
We should
So
stop
it's
this.
45.
Yep. All right. So, thank you.
Thank you so much for
If
tuning
you're
in.
listening to this,
Then you're such a wanker.
then that's insane. Like,
The egg
I
is
don't
on
know.
your head.
I'm going to name two
Your
people. I'm going to
caught
name
this.
two people
Okay.
that we know very well who will not watch this. Ready? We'll name them together.
Okay, you say...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I say...
okay,
ready?
Gabriel
Sam
Whiten.
Howlett.
Sam Howlett.
Yeah. Those two people who
Two of our best
who
friends.
I consider, my best friends won't hear this. What should we say about them?
Well, both of them are men.
Yeah.
Who I think changed and developed a lot on their trip to the Gold Coast in 2018.
Yeah.
2017. Sorry, it was 2017.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that they've always been really. And that life blossoms in lots of different ways. And sometimes you meet someone, and they meet you, and you want to move on with your life, but they don't want to move on with theirs. So they. That's not specific to anyone. That's just that's just a life thing.
Sometimes this podcast is like a cryptic crossword of our lives. I think if a detective was like, I'm going to figure out everything that's happened to them, they could just take the pieces.
I'm sure someone would figure it out. Maybe we should start making cryptic jokes about things people will understand, so it's not an in-joke for us.
Oh, okay, cool.
Trump, ha ha ha.
Yeah, I was just about to say Orange Man in power.
Yeah. Wow.
Earth
Did you see that
is
Canadian thing?
What Canadian thing?
Oh, there was 2 Canadians on the run.
I told you about that tonight.
Well, yeah, from what I heard on the news, there were 2 Canadians
So hang on.
on the
No. Okay, no, this is fun. Like, it's a horrible story. And it's actually just interesting, and it sucks that it happened. But I'm just interested. I shouldn't be using this for comedy, but Josh, from what I told you, and the fact that you don't pay attention to any news, what happened in Canada?
So, there were Australian tourists.
Yeah.
And they got killed by these 2 Canadian people.
Yeah.
It was a family. Well, they were probably part of a family. And the 2 Canadians went on the run.
Yeah.
And they were on the run for a long, long time.
Yeah.
And they couldn't be found.
Yeah.
And recently they were found.
Yeah.
They'd both killed themselves.
Yeah, that was today's news, actually.
Yeah.
There's a timestamp.
Would you kill yourself if you were on the run from the law?
If I had killed people, probably.
Yeah.
Well, like, what's next?
Well, what's worse than murder?
Next?
Breaking and entering.
Alright, you've been listening to the Josh and Blake Late Night Show.
If I broke and entered, I would expect for someone to break and enter me. That's all I'm saying.
Like eye for an eye.
Yeah, no. I think that
biblical.
eye for an eye isn't something that works in a society, because then everyone gets burned, and the reason why the justice system can be so often very, very shit, and you don't often see justice get done, is because society needs to exist in this way where people feel compelled into inaction, so they don't hurt each other and kill each other, because then our societies are the least violent as possible. But when it comes to breaking and entering, I'm just using that couch term because it's just way nicer than saying the other way. When it comes to that issue, I wouldn't give a shit what happened to the perpetrator.
Oh, yeah, look, same.
They should kill themselves in a Canadian wood.
You've been, oh Jesus. You've been listening to the Josh and Blake Late Night Show, Season 2 premiere. Oh, tasty. It's been great. Thanks for being here.
Yeah.
If you listen, you're a legend.
I'm actually genuinely keen for people to listen to this again, and for us to do this again.
Yeah.
Because I like it, Blake likes it, and at least 3 other people I think like it. So
I'd probably max that number out to 2.
But actually, good point. No, but we had friends who would listen to this at the gym, or do things like that. We had people who would listen on a drive to Brisbane.
Yeah.
And that's what I want, is to just I'd love to talk on radio, because I think here's the thing. A lot of the stuff that I've heard on radio, It just sounds quite fake. Doesn't sound like people are having that fun a time. There are a lot of people who do it really, really well.
Yep.
So I'm not talking about any of them. But
Hamish and Andy.
Hamish and Andy, great.
Okay, we're gonna bleep that.
Yeah, that's a good one. But yeah, I just think there is a market, or there's a gap in the market for people who actually kind of talk like modern day real people do.
I'd say what the radio industry needs is more like white male duos.
Yeah, where are the white male duos out there? No, but like literally,
Give us
so
a yell.
on a serious thought.
If you are a white male duo,
Yeah,
yourself,
give us a peace out sign.
Yeah.
Give us a west side. Give us a west side and drop some like thinners in the chat.
Thinners in the chat.
F in the chat, bros. No, but like here's the thing. I don't think
we've been playing Minecraft and it's really
that's
good.
the thing. We've been we have a realm with friends.
It's stupidly
Get a realm.
fun.
Get a Minecraft realm with your friends.
There's fun, and then there's playing Minecraft with friends.
Yeah.
Which is like another level.
Minecraft will never die, I guarantee you, because you make the game yourself. It's like life. It's perfect. But yeah, here's the thing. I think that there's not enough content out there for young people, and by young people, I just mean anyone who is still connected to what's cool. Like 30, 40-year-olds can be young as long as they still have like a sense of like, I don't know, irony and fun and spirit. Like, I have a lecturer. Well, we have a lecturer. He's the best lecturer ever. He's like 60 years old, probably younger. I don't know. Wisest man I know, and one of the funniest men I know. And he talks like a real person as well.
Yeah.
I like people who are genuine, talk like real people.
He said
and I don't
meme
think there's
the other day.
He said meme. Yeah, he's grown. No, but I think that there's a lot of people who don't talk in that real, genuine way. So that's why I like talking in a real, genuine way. Also, old people know a lot more than you'd think they would. My dad, the other day, I was talking to him, and I was talking to him about the concept of roasting. And I was just like, I was asking him if he's ever roasted a certain family member of ours.
And he was like, yeah, mate,
no.
tasted good, old man.
And I was like, have you ever roasted this person? And by roasting, I mean like, just made a heap of fun of them. And he was like, I know what roasting is, Josh. And I was just like, fuck, I need to stop assuming that my dad wouldn't know what modern day things are. My dad used to play online games on Facebook and stuff, and there would have been such modern day lingo in there, like LOL and RIP and other
TTYL and G2G and AFK
and go fuck yourself, you Nazi. All that kind of stuff, all that good banter.
Back just as quick. When I was younger, I watched A Current Affair with the family.
Really?
Yeah, which is like a regrettable time in my life.
But I just gotta fix this again.
Yep. But I remember this one report that they did about the dangers of text speak.
Oh.
And one of the ones they said was like, make sure you look out whether or not your kids are saying this one.
Oh.
Was mir? Do you know mir? MIR?
I remember seeing this Current Affair thing.
It means mother in room.
Yeah.
And they're just like, apparently kids would just smash mir on their fucking computer, and the other 12-year-old that they were sexting would be like, better stop sending my dick photos because mum's in the room.
I legit remember watching that same Current Affair.
I call that locking my phone.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, I'm proud to say my mum has never seen a dick pic of mine. So I was
equally
really
proud to say the same thing.
Yeah. So I've been very good at keeping my active, my text speak.
You've been very good at keeping your mother in room active.
I obviously don't understand text speak.
He's good at it.
This has been the Josh Late Night Show.
Yep.
Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you so much for being here. You don't know how much this means to us.
Alright.
Okay. Bye, guys. See you next episode.